Ninja Gaiden 2, Tecmo Theater, Volume 2. Wow. Project Ninja 2, The Dark Sword of Chaos. That is Ninja Gaiden 2. That was... Okay. Let's do this again. This was so much better than Ninja Gaiden 1. Ninja Gaiden 1 was cool, but just impossibly difficult. Even with save states, I could not recommend that game. Ninja Gaiden 2. Let's start off with the pixel art. Absolutely phenomenal. A big upgrade from the first one. The music was probably the biggest jump in quality between 1 and 2. 1, I was like, yeah, it's good. 2 is like, holy crap, I am going to download the soundtrack first chance I get and just go through every track and pick my favorites. I'm very excited to listen to the soundtrack just on its own without being distracted by the game and whatnot. The cutscenes, way better than the first one. The story, way better than the first one. It was just beautiful all around. The story was a lot more interesting this time around. The villain, I don't remember his name, but he was very good. Just like the intro in general was phenomenal. Bringing back Hakyo, that was also very cool. I mean, like, I would have liked for him, the big bad, to stay and just all the way through, but you know, yeah, it's always cool that the big bad of the first game comes back, like, unexpectedly. That new US character, I forgot his name. See, these games don't... I know I'm praising the story and all of that, but like, it's also not very good, but it's also an NES game. My biggest complaint is that so far from the arcade to Ninja Gaiden 1, the story doesn't really connect very well. From Ninja Gaiden 1 to 2, there are some things that just don't make sense, like suddenly, I don't know, the US was technically an enemy in the first game, and now they're not an enemy whatsoever in the second game. That part just doesn't make sense. But you know, if you just ignore that, then it's like, alright, cool. Gameplay. It's also quite a decent step up from Ninja Gaiden 1. Overall, yes, this game is much easier than Ninja Gaiden 1. There is a lot less BS, but it is still Ninja Gaiden. It is still Ninja Gaiden on NES. It is still very much a BS game, particularly with the enemies respawning just non-stop. If you so much move as 1 pixel to, like, if you're moving forward, you move 1 pixel to the left. If you just so happen to be in that perfect spot, the enemies will just spawn and 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 spawn, and it's so annoying. Once again, if that wasn't a thing, I think this game would be a bajillion times better. But aside from that, you know, not everyone is a god gamer, so obviously I would say play this game with save states. First of all, yes, play this game. Unlike the first one, I feel like save states made it a much more enjoyable experience and a much more possible experience. Ninja Gaiden 1, even with save states, was stupid difficult. Stupid difficult. Save states did not save that game in particular. Ninja Gaiden 2, on the other hand, save states did in fact make it a lot more fun. Well, I don't know. I made it a lot more fun. It made it playable. Let's just say that for normal people. So yeah, with save states, I would absolutely recommend to play this game. It is very fun. And honestly, the only reason I'm able to recommend that is because of how the final boss was handled. Being able to, like, yes, if you do die, okay, you get to the boss, you fight Hakyo, and then he kills you. Or no, you kill him, and then you're into phase 2, and then you die at phase 2. Yes, you go back all the way back to, I think, 7-1, which, fuck, oh my god, 7 acts. I was not ready for that. I absolutely was not ready for that. I had to step away from the game after I saw that there's a 7th act. But anyways, yes, you go back to 7-1, I believe, and you have to do that entire gauntlet again, which again, with save states, it's not the worst thing in the world. And then knowing that you need the Ninpo and the flame thing, again, I'm good, you're bad. His Ninja Gaiden videos have been phenomenal. They're so helpful, but it does trivialize those bosses. But even if you don't know that, you know, if you have the lives and you have to go set back to 7-1, anyways, you get there, you get back to the boss, and if you made it to phase 2, bam, you're there. You just start right at phase 2. You don't have to do phase 1 again. That alone is the only reason I'm willing to say yes, play through the game. Play through the game with save states. Absolutely play through the game for that reason alone. If you actually had to do phase 1 again, I would not recommend it. Phase 1 is so stupid. If you don't know the trick, phase 1 is so stupid. If you do know the trick, I mean, if you're like me, it's gonna take you a while until you finally are like, all right, let me look up a guide. But yeah, no, that's it. That's Ninja Gaiden 2. Compared to Ninja Gaiden 1, what a phenomenal game. I genuinely really enjoyed Ninja Gaiden 2. That's it for me, folks. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing or becoming a member of the channel and follow me on Twitch for more of my shenanigans. Most importantly, hit up the Discord where you can keep up with all my projects, uploads, and live streams. I hope to see you there. Thank you so much for watching.